Yeah, you already know what it is. Your boy Nas, we got hiphopisreal, and we are here with the legend, the one and only. Y'all already know the big bro, Math Hoffa, man.
Salute, Dollars.
We here in front of Harlem Cuts, the world famous Harlem Cuts.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
World famous. Well, we looking for a new home. So.
I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah, but we looking for a new home, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got to grow. We got to grow.
Today was episode 58.
58.
You had J Murder pull up today, man. Avocado.
Cute
Interesting
butter.
episode, man.
Yeah.
We got today was a lot about race. It was a lot about just, even with J Murder, him. I thought his point of view was interesting, being a Spanish artist and saying like, yo, I don't have to play on that. But you saying that from experience, play on everything. Why
Play
not?
on everything. Why not? I mean, you got to look at it like this. There might be a kid that look just like you that's looking at you because you look just like him. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to want to feel that pride also. So why not?
But is it also wrong for him not feeling like, yo, this is genuinely who I am and I don't want to play on that? I just want to be known for being great?
I get it. I get it. But again, you got to keep in mind who's watching. And I think that's something that a lot of artists nowadays don't. Not saying Murder is one of them. I'm just saying it's not something that they're thinking about. They're not thinking about who's watching me, who's being influenced by me. Is what I'm doing on this camera gonna become reality for somebody else? You know what I'm saying? So I think that we all should keep that in mind, that we're being watched. Like, just every time you get on this camera, just act like, yo, you got kids. And if your kids is watching, what you want to teach them.
That's real.
You feel me?
That's real. Another statement that I thought was interesting was, the fact that Brooklyn doesn't have, I guess it doesn't have as many or is not as recognized as Harlem is for having some of the greatest battlers in the world.
Right.
And, my rebuttal to it was, I feel like you, Cortez, Misfit, and everybody else I feel like I could name are mainly new guys. I don't feel like
I'm not.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
After I name you guys, I feel like everybody else, like if I'm naming Jerry West, if I'm naming Mr. Wavy, if I'm naming a J Murder, I still feel like they're still relatively new.
Right.
As far as like putting them on their level of how Harlem, they got Rex, they got things like that. Why do you think? Because then you say it's for battling each other, but who was in Brooklyn that you could have battled to have that same energy as they did in Harlem?
It was really nobody.
Okay.
And that's why I was coming up here looking for the smoke. And a lot of times when I was like, yo, I want some smoke, nothing happened. So
I'm surprised there isn't more prominent, crazy, legendary battlers from Brooklyn. Why is that not the case?
I think Brooklyn just had a different perspective on battle rap.
Okay.
And you see, my perspective when I came into this was like, okay, we could rap, but don't violate or else. You know what I mean? It wasn't about, in Brooklyn, let me break it down like this. In Harlem, it's a lot about stunting. It's a lot about stunting. In Brooklyn, it's more about reputation. So certain things that could affect your reputation, you either not going to do them, or when you do them, you on an edge.
Gotcha.
And that's really how we walked into this whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if people know, but like when we used to show up to battles, we was passing out razors, blades, all types of shit. So, and that's from the first URL event we was doing. So it's different. It's different. But shout out to all the battle rappers from Brooklyn.
So what's your thoughts on this new age? I mean, not new age, but like these guys that are emerging as stars in Brooklyn, like the Mr. Wavies, like the Jerry West and the J Murders, and you know what I'm saying?
I got bounce. You out of here?
And salute Avo.
Yo, what you doing tomorrow?
Lectures only.
On Uncle Rob and Ruin an Hour. You want to do Ruin an Hour with me?
I do one yeah.
That would be pretty crazy. But yeah, just hit me up.
All right, cool.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, invite me too. I will act like I'm somebody too. You know what I'm saying?
My expert opinion on Ruin an Hour. That'd be great.
Yeah. So, what is your thoughts on like the new Brooklyn energy? I mean, and I'm not gonna. I know a lot of Brooklyn artists. You know what I'm saying? As far as guys that are up and coming, dudes that are putting in pain, like Brooklyn got a lot of fire MCs. You know what I'm saying?
I think people are focusing more on this Brooklyn drill movement, and though I love like black brothers like getting their money, being able to support their family.
Okay.
I feel like the message is misleading. I feel like to a certain extent, there ain't no OGs around to step in and say, yo, you saying that, but you saying that to somebody who's gonna take that for face value and live like that. You know what I mean? That's something that growing up for us, like Jay-Z, Biggie, 50 Cent, all these people, a lot of things that they said, we were influenced by it. Whether we want to admit it or not, we were influenced by it, and it helped shape the path of life that we took.
I agree.
So for everybody else, I just want them to understand, like, yo, if you're going to take a movement from Chicago, look at what it's doing in Chicago, look at the effect that it has on Chicago, and just understand what you're doing. You know what I mean?
How does that go or reflect in battle rap and as far as new MCs and things like that?
And battle rap is different. Like, we do this as a form of blowing off steam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a war chant for people to follow. It's more like this is us not just being lyrical artists, but it's us also like kind of like getting tension off of it. And it's really an outlet that I feel like more people should get into. You know what I mean?
Okay. Ask you about 40 Cal versus Jag.
Right.
I really wanted to get your opinion on that battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because recently you battled Jag and 40 Cal battled Ill Will, and they're talking about who had the better industry return.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, liked your battle versus Jag, man. They thought he did good. A lot of people felt like you did very good as well.
Well, I got to reiterate one of 40 Cal's points that he made. And I feel like people have short attention spans and they remember what they want to remember. So 40 Cal, though he battled Ill Will, but he also did a lot after that kept the battle rap community's attention.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Jag, now that he's getting here, we'll get to see what he's gonna do. You feel what I'm saying? But the battle between them both, I think it's a strategic move by ARP. Shout out to ARP. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to see what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. How is this battle gonna go down, man? I know,
I think that Jag is gonna show up rapping very well. I think after facing me as competition, I can guarantee you he's probably going to improve a whole lot because he got to stand there and see it firsthand. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what you was lacking. This is what, you know what I mean? Any places that he might have felt like, oh, he getting me, he's learned. I hope so. I don't know. I don't know because I ain't hear his rounds. But from what I hear in the interviews, he learned from that situation, and being able to go against somebody of my stature, I would expect you to do that. So I expect Jag to be better than how he was in front of me when he's in front of 40 Cal. Now 40 Cal, every time we see him, he gets better. So it's really like, who learned the most? You know what I'm saying? Who figured out the game the most? And the battle rap fans are gonna decide. Now, of course, you're gonna have your 40 Cal fans that's gonna say he won regardless, as long as he get his 3 rounds off, and you're gonna have the same thing on Jag's side. But within battle rap, us as an audience, we're gonna get to pick and see who's picked up the most. You know what I'm saying? Who's the most improved? Who is the best person to come back? And I think this battle is gonna decide that. You dig what I'm saying?
I mean, this is definitely an interesting one. They're doing it in the same type of situation as you battled Jag. Does it like, we know 40, he did it in a big crowd. Now he has to kind of do it in a smaller room.
And that was kind of the advantage that Jag has, that he didn't have to face that crowd.
Okay.
He was able to show up with his own crowd who's going to appreciate his material. Now, 40's now in this situation. I expect him to do the same thing. And it's probably going to be a dope battle.
40, he do you think he's gonna have some crazy type of angle? Because we seen with his battle with Ill Will, he brought out some shit we ain't never thought nobody used against Ill Will.
Well, that's the difficulty with with Jag is there's not much you can find on him.
But we never even knew this about Ill Will. 40 found some shit that we ain't even...
Right, but he's popular enough that you know that every time he steps in front of somebody, people are paying attention, people know about it, people will reach out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm battling Murder Mook, and Murder Mook got enemies in the world, you know they're gonna reach out. You know what I mean? But for somebody who's not as popular or people have not been paying that much attention to, they kind of got that leeway over you. So like the most I found out about Jag was that he was doing verses for $75. I had really not that much to work with, so you gotta appreciate how much I was able to cook up with what I had. And it's gonna be the same thing for 40. You gotta appreciate the fact that you could take somebody who don't have that much information out there to know about or whatever, and use that against them.
We had Ice on here the other day, and he talked about how when he was battling you, how everybody in your clique jumped in, he getting diss songs left and right. Do you think the fact that 40 is dealing with Jag diss songs, Cassidy diss songs, all of that,
it's a distraction?
Okay.
I told him don't be distracted by that, because I know what that is. I know what that is.
Because they're kind of jumping on.
They're trying to keep you busy so that you don't prepare for this event.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
So, you know what I mean? I think the 40 is going to be okay.
What do you think about the Big T and Big K matchup on that card?
Big T and Big K. Now, Big T is one of my favorites, so I'm looking forward to that. Big K, he always bring it. You know what I mean? I can't recall one battle. Well, I can recall just one battle, but he still brought it. And it's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. It's good. It's good to see Big T back in action too. So I'm looking forward to that.
We also see A Ward and O Red.
Personally, those are two of my favorites. You know what I mean? I get mad at O Red because I feel like he's arguably one of the best in Jersey. He just don't promote enough. You feel me?
Okay.
Like we don't get too much from O Red. We get everything when he's in the ring, but we don't get too much on the outsides of it. And that is my only qualm with O Red. But other than that, dope. A Ward, he's been dope since the first time I saw him. And the first time I saw him was versus Cortez. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard for you to be like, yeah, no. From that day, I was like, yo, this motherfucker here, he's nice. He's nice. And he's been on Friday Night Fights. He's been Character X.
I know, I see.
You know what I'm saying? He's been Character X, and he does good business. Like, I hit him up the next day. He had the round done.
Fire.
I was like, yo, this is a great guy. This is a guy that needs to stay in battle rap, because I really do appreciate A Ward and his content and just being around him. He's a great dude, and his focus is really on this craft. So
I had a conversation with Chef Trez, and he told me he was leaning towards A Ward because he feels like A Ward can do basically almost everything O Red. I mean, A Ward can do basically almost everything O Red can do, but O Red can't freestyle and do the rebuttal as him, and that kind of is what leaning him towards A Ward. Do you feel like?
Right, but even when you're a great writer, you can pre-write rebuttals if you have an idea.
And I've seen O Red do that multiple times.
Right, exactly.
Has some fire pre-written rebuttals.
So at the same time, it's like that's not really the defining point.
Gotcha.
Unless A Ward catches him off guard with something he didn't see coming.
Okay.
If it's something that he feels like I know you're gonna talk about this. O Red he's somebody that always shows up prepared. There's not many occasions where you find him showing up unprepared.
And we also see Head Ice.
Right.
He will, in the middle of the tournament, took a left. Now he about to battle Rosenberg Raw on the same RB card.
That's interesting. That's interesting, because I never would have seen that coming. Rosenberg Raw versus Head Ice. I feel like people got to respect Ice because he's one of the few people in Harlem who just want the wreck. You know what I mean? There's not many people in Harlem that just want the wreck. When you think about the top names in Harlem, Head Ice is the only one that I feel like will go up against anybody with no fear. There's a lot of guys that I feel like, even if it don't gotta be a fear thing. It could be just, I feel like I'm too big to do this.
Gotcha.
I've never gotten that from Head Ice. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Ice for even doing that. And Rosenberg Raw, of course, he got a chip on his shoulder, so he's gonna show up and do what he does. We've seen him perform a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him get off a lot of times. Will it be enough to beat the Wolf? I don't know, but I'm leaning towards the Wolf in that match.
And remember, Wolf just battled Tyler Saturday.
Right.
So,
but he's focused on his shit.
Gotcha. And
I mean,
when
you got somebody that gets paid or got paid to do like 90 seconds for a quarantine battle, and he does 7 minutes.
Got you. I got you.
You dig what I'm saying?
I got you.
He did 7 minutes.
Yeah. And still might have to see show off in the tournament. So
yeah, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. So
who wins?
Who wins?
Yeah.
Between Ice and Rosenberg Raw?
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards the Wolf.
Okay.
Because he's experienced. You know what I'm saying?
Chef Trez and Bankhead is the last joint on the card.
That's going to be a very bar-heavy battle. I'm excited to see Bankhead on RBE. I think that's someplace where he belongs. You know what I mean? RBE is known for overlooking certain things and just focusing on the talent, focusing on matchups you wouldn't have expected to happen. So Chef Trez and Bankhead, Trez, although I feel like lyrically he's one of the best out here, I feel like Bankhead has an energy that Trez is going to have to deal with. And that energy can be infectious if you're in the crowd. And
remember, Chef Trez is also in the tournament as well. So he's also taking a side note battling Bankhead.
But we see Trez do this.
Oh, no, I know. You're right. You're 100% right.
You know what I mean? It was
That's regular,
RBE card. We had 3 of them things.
You know
what I'm saying?
He did say something interesting, though, saying, because I asked him, I said, is he going to have the same intensity for Bankhead that he's going to have for So Severe in the tournament?
Right.
And he said, he battling a lot of Zay, he definitely felt the extra level of energy of having to win convincingly to the judges. Like, feeling like, yo, it's not. He says he could go battle Bankhead, go crazy. People could feel it, call it how they want.
And
but he know he gonna wig.
We need more of that. We need more of these battlers feeling like there's a judgment that they have to kind of perform for. Because it's not, you know, some of these guys, sometimes we wait on matches.
Let's just have a good battle.
And it just be like, it was all right.
Well, let's just have a good battle. Like, I like with Jay Murder and Show Off. It's like, normally, if it wasn't no tournament and they're just booked, it's like, okay, that's 2 homies, cool. But I could tell Jay Murder, he wants the money.
Yeah.
Regardless if that's his
definitely
man.
made it sound like that.
Like,
and I told him, like, yo, if you beat Show Off, because you was talking shit, I got you.
That's fire, though.
I got you.
So and your word is bond, so I don't even need to question that.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Would this be a Legends Only level type of on the channel? Because at the same time, I know you just bossing up now, man. You just doing your own thing, moving however the fuck you want to move.
I'm at my leisure.
You know what I'm saying? So that would be fire to see you give a shot like that to somebody from Brooklyn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all he gotta do is beat Show Off. We'll see how that goes. And Chef Trez and Bankhead, that's gonna be a crazy joint, man. Salute to ARP for putting on another dope card.
Salute.
Mask on too. Why are you not on this, man?
Because I'm not battling as frequently as, you know, I got so many other things to focus on.
Definitely.
And the matches that I would want probably would take like a good amount of time to set up anyway. So nah, you're not gonna see a frequent Math Hoffa constantly out there unless it's on Legends Only.